Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So to start, this show has such a unique ability to kind of have, granted, Chuck, your shows aren't un familiar with guest stars, but this show has a very unique way of getting to bring guest stars onto it. For you guys in season one and two, what was like the most shocking person that you found that were like, I really want to be a part of Bookie and be one of these clients?
I'm not sure I follow the question.
Well, I actually think I understand. It would be Zach Braff because he reached out to us. He actually
Oh,
wrote,
sure.
he reached out and said, I love the show and I'd love to be on it. And we were like, sold.
So, yes.
We're
Yeah,
like,
and we actually found a character that was just the perfect fit for him.
yeah, as we were writing, we wrote that scene and then we thought, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he killed it.
He's remarkable. He's an extraordinary comic actor.
Yeah.
Just terrific.
When with a show like this, I was talking to Sebastian No More and I said it is the kind of the definition of like a dark comedy because you're dealing with addiction issues and you're dealing with these people who are really, really down, but ends up being one of the funnier shows because that's kind of how comedy really shines is when you look at the darker things and try and like put a lighter tone on it. For you guys, what is the fun of getting to kind of live in that darkness so often with this show and always kind of have the comedy rooted there?
Well, I've spent almost 35 years uh, watching people chat about small things on a couch. Uh, Jimmy didn't do his homework. What are we going to do about it? This is these stakes on a show like this are much higher, and and as such, the comedy has to be, really considered carefully because you don't want to be glib. You don't want to. You don't want you don't want to like present violence as just to do it. So it was a challenge, but it was a challenge that we were both looking for. We both wanted to explore this dark area and see if we could find the comedy in it. And well, when you start with Sebastian Maniscalco, there's a chance you can succeed.
That's so true. Yeah, I always had problems in writers' rooms with those little stories. I used to have to find my value in other ways with the shows that were about homework and things like that. But when I got to be on shows, and this started when I started to be in Chuck's universe with Mom,
Mhm.
when your characters are lovable but can also be a little immoral, now I for me that's where the good stuff lives.
Yeah, and how freeing has it been working with Max and doing a show on Max versus like cable network, which you have to kind of beat around the bush a lot of the times to make a joke you want to make because of you can't say one word or you can't make a
Yeah.
comment on this thing versus, the freedom this platform kind of has.
No, we've talked about this earlier today that there was a moment when we were writing season two where I looked up at Nick and I said, "Do you realize we could do whatever we want?" And it was it's a little unnerving. There's a little bit of, like it's disorienting to recognize that you have complete freedom, and that includes the complete freedom to fuck up. Right? I mean, be careful what you wish for, but now
Yeah.
there is no broadcast standards or censors there's no FCC regulations. There's no time restrictions.
Or sets.
There's no sets. We were on location
Yeah.
constantly. We
Yeah.
weren't having to force every scene into a kitchen or a living room,
Yeah.
which you have to do budgetarily on most, four camera audience sitcoms. So we had extraordinary freedom, and with great freedom comes great responsibility. And it was great. It was great. And I'm probably too close to be objective, but I'm really proud of what we did. I'm really proud of what we accomplished. I hope people enjoy it.
I definitely think they will. I can't wait for everyone else to get to see season two. And thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a great one.